up, everybody? It is another episode of World Podcast Wrestling, WPW. And I'm your host today, fucking Dick the Knife, Dickhausen the Knife for tonight, at his Tuesday. And Huck, unfortunately, Huck had it be written off for a couple weeks, and worried because hopefully we'll make his triumphant return and get a thunderous pop John Cena at the Rumble style. But it's not just me. I've got a co-host, but before I introduce him, let me get a couple things out of the way. I'm going to try my best to be what Huck can be, because I'm pretty much the Jannetty to his Sean in this relationship, but I'm going to try my best to rock or drop this shit as best as I can. So, tpublic.com. You can find us on there at SnarkBurley. Check her store out. You can find t-shirts, mugs, stickers, all that good shit, especially the great Ruin Everything and Leave shirt, which is my personal fave. You know what? That's basically all the shit I had, because we've got friend of the pod. Basically, he needs to be on the payroll. If I got paid, he should be on the payroll. Premier motherfucker Amp. He's an on-tap Sportsnet guy. What's happening, my man? Back again?
Oh, back at it again. You know, you said Huck's on the shelf for a little bit. I don't know anyone that may have put him on the shelf.
Oh, man.
I'm a good guy here. I didn't turn the heel at the last second or anything like that.
Man, no. I'm happy, bro. Happy we can get you on here. Fuck yeah, man. I'm pumped. I'm happy you're able to join me, because I have no idea what in the hell I'm doing besides just wearing Danhausen shirts and about it, and being pissed. You want to know why I'm pissed?
Oh, no. I already know why you're pissed.
This is why I'm pissed.
I know you're pissed because your guy was probably the premier paperweight champion in all of WWE history.
Fucked up, man. Okay, so I was pumped all last week, because I'm like, all right, we're gonna record an episode, and I am gonna be motherfucking Miz fitted out. I was gonna wear my shirt. I freaking changed the damn side plates on my belt for my Miz shit. Look at that upside down. I love it. I was gonna have this prominently displayed the entire time, my autographed Miz figure. Yes, I have an autographed fucking Miz figure. And what happens? We don't record one. And I can't even freaking be excited that he's a champ. You know what? It happened. Well, what did you guys say? Don't be sad that it's over. Just be happy that it happened.
Yeah, I actually saw that around a lot, and he even said that, to be in the picture was, a good thing. And you know what? Paperweight champion, still a champion at the end of the day, even if it was only for that, short amount of time. But, man, to be honest about that, though, I only had one glaring issue with that. And I know you love when I dig into it, but I hated how they did it on Monday Night Raw. I hated the
bait and switch?
Yeah, like, he's going to defend it. Oh, no, he's sick. Oh, he's going to defend it. He runs. Oh, he's going to defend it. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, now he has to, because it's in a lumberjack match. Dude, just give me the fucking match, please. Like, yeah. We already know it's going to happen. Like, you can't jerk me around long enough to make me think it's not going to happen, and I was almost tempted to think that they were going to pull it where they'd be like, nah, you know what? Let's wait one more week. Like, there was no reason. There was no reason to not take the belt off of him then, because, obviously Lashley is who he is, and he is a dominant figure now in the company. And I'm glad to see that he actually is who he's supposed to be the second he came back, Dude,
this is the Lashley they should have pushed when he came back. When did he come back? The Raw after Mania, or was it the Raw after SummerSlam? But
this was this is the Lesnar or not the Lesnar. Wow, the Lashley they wanted for the Lesnar feud back when he came back. But I don't know what happened. I don't know why they didn't go with it. But he's that type of figure where, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, if the rumor holds true that he's fighting Drew at Mania, I don't know how you have Drew take the title off of him, because Lashley is on a different level right now. And I mean, you could I think you can thank MVP for it in some sort of way, but this is the Lashley we should have had, and then there's no doubt about it.
Oh, 100%, man. This is the Lashley that was built up over in TNA as a fucking world champ, a badass, someone that could go after Brock. Instead, they put him in a freaking Lashley sister feud with Sami Zayn. They gave him that BS nonsense with Lana as her new husband, and thank God he was rehabilitated to what he is now, because him and the Hurt Business are the business. They are bad as fuck on Raw. And so the fact that they've got the world title plus the tag titles, MVP looking dope as shit the entire time, and Logan makes his first appearance. Come on, bro, get out of here. It doesn't matter of time. But no, this is the Lashley that needed to happen. And you know what? I want to get to Lashley a little bit later, but before I do, really not too much news that I have. I mean, I could go into some stuff, but I think the main thing I have is, are the Wednesday Night Wars over? There's a report that NXT is going to Tuesday. And if this happens, I'm honestly happy about it. Not because that means Dynamite won. No, it means that I'm probably going to be able to watch NXT now and watch it live. Sorry, Impact. I'm very sorry. I like just basically looking at your videos on Twitter, because that could be a sore to get through. But here goes Logan again getting in here. Come on, bro. But NXT going to Tuesdays. What do you think, man?
You know, as a wrestling fan, I like it because the ratings came out earlier, and you know, NXT went down and AEW went up again, but the number still holds true to being that you're getting around that 1.5 to 1.6 million people watching, you know, on a Wednesday night. So now, hopefully, if NXT moves, their numbers can go up and AEW's can go up, which is a great thing for wrestling as a whole. Like you said, I don't really think this makes a quote unquote impact on Impact Wrestling, because they're going to get their views of whatever they get. They don't get many, so they'll continue to get what they get because of the fact that, you know, they're kind of a niche market. Like they are. You know, people like it if you like it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I will check their stuff out on Twitter or YouTube, whatever is quicker. And it's a good move for both companies. I do think that this could be a good thing for AEW, because I think this could level out their market to an average of somewhere over 900,000 viewers to maybe 1 million on a weekly basis. I know people were upset. I saw it all over Twitter today where people were upset that they didn't hit over 1 million, you know, with having Shaq and all that stuff on there. But it gives me a chance to watch NXT more as well. So that's where I stand with it. It's coming. I do think it's coming. I think the rumor holds true, and it'll be starting on the Tuesday after Mania, which is a good move.
Oh, for sure. No, 100%. I think it's good for both companies. It's basically like you're splitting the vote. You got them both on the same day. You're going to have, I don't want to watch this because I could always DVR it. I can come to this later. You put them on separate nights, you're going to increase the viewership on both. And it really was Vince just not wanting AEW to get all the fucking viewers. So he's like, let me move NXT to 2 fucking hours, which I think honestly has killed it. I have not been a fan of NXT. I've been a fan of some of the matches, but as far as the actual program, I have not been a fan of it since they moved it to 2 hours and since they moved it live. And now I might be able to sit down and watch it more on a different night and not think about it, because honestly, I was strictly AEW every Wednesday, man, and I would just go back and see what happened on NXT.
Yeah, but I'm with you.
Yes.
I just have a question regarding NXT, though.
What's up?
When it comes to NXT, speaking of them, if they're moving to Tuesdays, what do you think about the report that there may not be any involvement for them at WrestleMania? I mean, there also is now the rumor that there's going to be a takeover on the Saturday before, or Friday before, maybe. I think.
Yeah, because Mania's nights.
Yeah, but do you think there should be any involvement at Mania with NXT, or what do you think?
Honestly, I never thought there should have been. I like NXT having their own separate, I guess, Mania takeover. I've always liked that. So the fact that NXT, well, mainly Rhea was put into the Mania scene last year against Charlotte, I wasn't a fan of it. I liked them being separate. That's why I never really liked NXT being a part of Survivor Series. I mean, if it's supposed to be developmental, keep them away. That way, when they do debut, the I don't know, maybe I'm trying to think of what's the best word is. Just the impact's a little greater when they do debut because it's like, oh shit, we've never seen this person. If you see him at a Mania, all right, I've seen him. You see him in a Rumble sometimes, it might get watered down. You see him at Survivor Series losing to one of your champions,
It gets watered down.
Yeah, I don't like it. So, but then again, it always gets back to almost everything I've been saying since we started this podcast. The empty arena shit just it kills me, and I think NXT's kind of struggling because of that. Yes. One of the main parts about NXT used to be that crowd, man. That crowd was so hyped. They knew everything about every single freaking wrestler there, and now it's just the vibe, man. I don't like it.
Yeah, I could see that. But like I said, I didn't even think of originally that they did kind of tease there being a takeover before. But yeah, like you said, it'd have to be the Friday before, due to
2-night Mania again.
Yeah, Vince wants to keep that, and I know you said you're not opposed to it due to that's what Wrestle Kingdom does. So in New Japan.
That's new as well. That started last year, and then the Mania 2 nights happened. And listen, I'm all for not having to sit through 7 to 8 hours of wrestling in one night. So you gotta break that shit up. Break it the fuck up, especially if you're not expecting me to pay for it twice. Maybe that's the best thing about it, man. You got one fee, $9.99, or now for Mania this year being $4.99. Shit.
Yep. You got commercials with that though.
No. Also, you don't. So I don't get to hear that freaking Weekend song 49,000 times like I did last year during Mania. Jesus.
No, sorry, you get commercials this time around. You know what I missed though? Off the topic of it, I miss when I was younger and you would get like commercials for pay-per-views, but they would be like wrestling related commercials. There's always something wrestling related. I was like, man, those were fun back then.
Dude, I miss toy commercials. Give me like the fucking, give me the old school Hasbro commercials, man. And Mattel's been doing them recently, which like kind of like with stop motion animation, which I'm cool with, but maybe that's it. I grew up and I don't want to grow up.
So what do you got on the next topic?
Next thing I got is actually, let's go to AEW real quick because I want to get back to WWE, but I got to get this AEW shit out of the way.
Okay.
First things first, the biggest signing possibly happened in Paul White, a.k.a. The Big Show, is at AEW. We weren't able to talk about this because we didn't have an episode last week. So, no more BS, bro. What do you think about Show going to AEW?
I love the shirt. I know we had our group text going. I love the shirt because it's double meaning. It's literally no more Big Show and no more BS, because obviously the report came out when he was all said and done. He was tired of the way the direction of things were going. So he literally means no BS and no more Big Show. His debut last night wasn't pretty. He screwed up saying Revolution and said Evolution instead. Whatever. I'm excited though.
That was a heel turn. That's why.
Yeah, that was his heel turn. He did reference that though in his interview. He was talking. Oh, is this this is the turn you didn't think you'd see? So I'm interested. I listened to Tony Khan's interview today on AEW Unrestricted, and they talked about that. And he said, Show's there to help out with the third or the second YouTube show, AEW Dark Evolution. Yeah. And he said he'll get back into the ring at some point or another when he feels fit to. I'm just excited to see it, though. It's weird to see him in a commentary booth, but he said it's a passion of his. So it'll be cool to see him and Tony Schiavone, who are close friends.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? I like the direction they're talking about that show going, so I have no issues with it.
I mean, I haven't been the biggest Show fan, bro. I cannot. He was channel changing to me. But I always thought it was just because they would just throw him in feuds that he did not need to be in. They just shoehorn him in everything because he's the big guy. He's the giant. And it just always would annoy me. But I would like him to be a backstage role. But, I mean, if he's going to be on commentary, hey, I'm fine with that. I just don't want him in that ring at all. Except, I just don't want him in that ring, dude. I'm done with them.
It's kind of like he said, though, is that it has to do with, going out on his terms as well. So he wants to, a lot of these guys coming over want to go out on their own terms, and he feels as if he can do that here. I think if we get him in the ring, we're not going to get him much, if that much. It's kind of going to be like what Sting has. So you won't see much of him in the ring. It'll be cool to see him, help these younger guys. I think like one guy that I think of off the top that's going to be really cool to see, maybe work with him down the road too, who, obviously lost somebody, was Wardlow. I would like to see what he can help Wardlow, grow as a bigger guy. Because Wardlow was really looking forward to working with Brody Lee. And we don't have that anymore. So maybe Show can help, him grow. And that's what the new show is going to be more about, they said, is it's going to be a mixture of younger talent and older talent to help them grow and get ready for TV. So I think that's what's awesome. I mean, we obviously haven't seen Wardlow in the ring much.
We haven't.
In the last couple months, honestly. So I don't know if they think he's still too green or what the issue is, but there's plenty of guys I think he's going to be able to help. And that's what I like the most about what the company does is they bring in these older guys to help. You can complain all day when you see it on Twitter and people are like, oh, they've got the same amount of old people as WWE. Yeah. Used differently, though. And that's what I think Paul White's going to do. So
it's true. There's a difference. They're not bringing them in and then putting them right into the main fucking event of WrestleMania.
Bill Goldberg. What?
Woo! There you go. Man, the other thing I had for AEW was we finally kind of it had something to do with Big Show. He teased that a huge signing is going to be revealed at Revolution. And I mentioned to you before we started recording, this better not be a fucking joke and it reveals to be him as an in-ring fucking competitor because I will flip out. But no, I have no clue. And they're saying it's big.
They said big signing. They did say on Unrestricted today, Tony Khan confirmed. He said male. So there's your one clue. And they said Hall of Fame. So they said, yeah. So they also said Hall of Fame worthy. So not Hall of Fame yet or in the Hall of Fame currently for something. But I don't know what to think. Like, and as a longtime wrestling fan, you sit there and you go, man, I can figure these things out. But then after you got Paul White announced 2 weeks ago, you're like, all right, everything's out the door. I really don't know from left to right what this company is going to do. I've heard so many names floated around. I've seen some, potential leaks about people, putting trademarks in for names. A lot of it, I don't know if you've seen some of the names, but people were throwing out Christian.
I saw Christian. I saw Batista.
Christian got kibosh today because they are saying he is officially signed to WWE, so you could count that name out. Obviously, Batista put the kibosh on it himself, said he's retired, and people need to learn what the word retired means.
Nice.
People went after CM Punk today in a Q&A, and he said it's not him. They need to focus on their own wrestlers. So I still don't believe him, but a lot of people are like, Punk's not coming back with 1,300 fans in Daly's place. If he's coming back to wrestling, it'll be a bigger spectacle.
It'll be when Revolution goes back to Chicago, whenever that is.
Yeah, hopefully next year. The only other name I saw that a lot of people truly think it could be might be Kurt Angle.
I did not even think about Kurt. Yeah, because he was part of the releases last year, wasn't he? In the pandemic releases.
Honestly, Dick, it's not. Another name I saw, which would be a huge disappointment, two of them actually, were Joey Styles and Mauro Ranallo. And I said, I could see either one because they're going to probably want a third commentator for the show, maybe. But I don't think that's if it's one
That's
of
not
those,
big enough. That isn't big enough.
It's not big enough. But I don't. My mind leads me to believe this isn't even somebody that's a past WWE wrestler per se.
Because Hall of Fame worthy in the future, he'll get good enough, kind of like that. You think it's going to be somebody?
I think it's somebody from something else. I don't know. Maybe it's a UFC person. You know, I just think that the way they played it off, I don't think it's going to be like, oh, here's another old WWE guy. You know, I'm not mad if it's Kurt, because Kurt could be very viable to a lot of these younger, guys. There's a lot of guys that could use some tutelage from Kurt, but I just sit there and I think it's somebody else. I don't know who, but I just think it could.
No, I got you. Yeah, the only name I could think of, and I'll just end it here. Obviously, it's going to be John fucking Cena, and that's it.
A lot of people put that. A lot of people tried to put that one to bed because saying he's still contracted. But dude, if he came over though, oh my God.
Believe in the heel turn, bro.
Yeah, I did see people say that. Like, I think Meltzer came out today and said that whoever it is, this one is gonna shake Vince McMahon to the core.
Ooh, that shake him to the fucking core.
That would shake him to the core. Undertaker could shake him to the core. And the only non-wrestler that I could think of that's been kind of teasing coming would maybe be Conor McGregor, but
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I would be okay. Like, I just don't see it per se. I don't know.
No, and especially with you bring somebody outside of the wrestling world. I mean, it can be good and it could be bad. You had Tyson Fury, the boxer, which was bad, and you had somebody who made his in-ring debut on fucking Dynamite this week, Shaq, which wasn't bad at all. Dude, that match, legit. A couple things. One, Shaq going through two tables, fucking taking that bump, fucking hell yes. And the first thing I thought of was Cody should have said, and that's how I beat Shaq, a la Aaron Carter style, but they didn't. But my main takeaway from that, yes, Shaq looked good. Shaq's fucking powerbombing. Shaq's fucking giant bear paws. I never want a chop from him. The other thing, dude, Jade is a fucking star in the making. I could not take my eyes off of her in that ring, bro. Jade made her debut, and holy shit, I'm fan.
I'll tell you what, man. They did exactly what we all thought they would do. Mm-hmm. That match was 100% centered around the two females, which it should have been. I wish I'm gonna have to go back and see like what the in-ring time was, because Cody and Shaq were not in the ring that much. They were in the early part of it, I think, yes. Right?
They started it, which was very surprising. You got Shaq out of the way.
Yeah, but then you didn't do too much, and I thought him going through the table was phenomenal. I understand. I'm very thrilled with where they're going to go with Jade, but I think my favorite moment of the night was that powerbomb and his tribute to Brody.
Yes,
because that was something I didn't expect. That right there showed him being a fan of the the industry, and that's what I appreciated the most, was the fact that in his short time getting ready for being in the ring, knocked it out the park. He 100% knocked it out of the park for me. I'm sure some of those strikes were stiff as hell for Cody, but man, that was it was something I didn't expect, and I greatly appreciate what he gave that night, and good for him.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't thrilled for this the very first time they announced that it was going to be Shaq, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because especially with me, as somebody who wasn't a fan of the Pat McAfee fucking storyline in NXT at all, I wasn't a fan of it. To me, it looked like he just was in fucking, celebrity camp, I want to be a wrestler type shit. I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, yeah, he put in the work. He had a way better match than fucking I know I could ever have, but I just wasn't big on it. Shaq, I for sure wasn't huge on it, especially because it was always Shaq versus Big Show. Shaq versus Big Show. That was the fucking match that was supposed to happen for years at Mania, and I never wanted to see it. But maybe he just needed someone smaller to work with, because I have a feeling if it was him and Big Show, it's just going to be two big guys fucking, lumbering at each other.
Cody was the perfect person.
Cody is the perfect person to work with a lot of people, and he gets a lot of shit for it.
Which is why, in the pandemic era, you could not have had a better way to rule that company with him as TNT champion, doing the open challenge, bringing a lot of independent stars to that company, working with so many different styles of wrestlers.
Yes.
And I don't care what anyone says. I will always say that Cody Rhodes does not get enough credit for the amount of work he can put in. He is not the most fantastic wrestler, obviously, but he can work any style and he can carry a match. And that's what's awesome. The table spot was phenomenal. I thought Cody was just going to go through it. I thought Shaq was going to flip him over and Cody was just going to go die on the outside. But he took that table spot, man. I couldn't believe it. He even the way I say, I'm excited about it. I went into it and I was like, oh, please just be quick. And then, I look down and I'm like, dude, they're 15, 20 minutes into this match. I was like, holy shit. And it's great. But for when that table spot happened and Cody was laying on top of him, you saw Shaq tap him. And I was like, that's how much he was dedicated to learning wrestling. He knows the signs. I was like, good for Shaq. I'm glad he put in, the major work for it. And so, for that, man, nothing but the utmost respect to Shaq on that one. So,
it was 100% a great surprise to see the fact that opened up Dynamite was surprising to me. I'm like, holy shit, we're getting this out of the way. And I thought
they announced it on Tuesday on NBA TV or whatever.
No, it was a great match. Jade, a fucking star in the making. I am super excited to see her hopefully run that division. If it's not by the end of the year, next year for sure. I'm pumped. Anything else for that match? Otherwise, let's get out of AEW, and I've got a little bit of WWE notes, and then we're going to basically have the rest of the episode talking about Revolution.
No, but the only other thing I have to say about that match is, bro, keep your eyes on Red Velvet too, because you put her in a match with Jade, who has absolutely no experience in a ring. That's phenomenal. She deserves a lot of credit too. She's a somebody that needs to keep being built around. So I think, like we said, man, over the last year, people bashed this women's division of AEW. I just think you need to give them some time.
How would you have, before I move on, how good or how bad do you think this match would have been if it was Brandy instead?
I think that we would have gotten a shorter match because I think you would have just had Jade dominate her. I don't think Brandy's absolutely terrible, but I think she could have worked it a little bit.
It would have felt more authentic in terms of personal
storyline. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But
there wasn't really much between Velvet and Jade.
She was a surrogate. She just showed up and let me just help. But
yeah,
they built it up. What was it? That waiting room.
Yeah.
That waiting room segment with Red, it was good shit. So hell yeah, Red Velvet and Jade MVPs of that fucking night for sure. Before we get into Revolution, I wanted to come up with a couple of Mania matches that I guess pretty much you can say have been confirmed. I'm not going to... Mainly, it's the championship stuff that had to do with the Rumble winners. We finally got who they decided to go against. And Edge, I didn't think it was going to happen. Edge did the spear and did the point. I guess it's going to be Edge and Roman. And I don't want to see this because I just have the feeling there is no way in hell Roman is fucking... No chance in hell that Roman is losing to Edge. And I might be turning the fucking TV off during that match, man.
I think the most cringeworthy thing, and I know I'm going to say it again, I know when you guys love when I do this, but didn't Edge come back and say he's trying to take what he never lost? Now he's fighting Roman, who has the Universal title, which wasn't around when he was around. So he's now technically going after a title that never existed when he used to wrestle. So you're really not going back after what you never truly lost. What is I hate it. I hate everything about it.
How dare you try to say WWE doesn't follow their own fucking storyline and logic?
I just don't get it. Like, it would have done so much more justice if you would have originally had Bobby Lashley on like SmackDown and he takes the belt from Roman, because at least you could like take the belt off of Roman because of the Hurt Business. Like, that would make more sense. But I just, I don't know. I really, I don't see it. And it's like I said, even flipping to the other one, you're going to give me Drew and Lashley, and I can't even think of a reason why I think that Drew can beat him. Like, now, but I don't really see. Oh my God. I wanted Edge to win. Like, it hurts my head. Like, I want Edge to win the belt because he deserves it, because he had it taken away from him in life. But like, there's no way.
There's no way. That's what I'm looking at. There is no way in fucking hell.
So it's like, hey, Edge, you just gave it all. You came back, and then you got put on the shelf again, and you did it again, and you came back, and I'm sorry, but now you got to face Roman. And the only reason we're putting you in the match with Roman is because we want him to get booed at Mania when we actually have fans back. Like, I don't know.
This is you bringing up that there's actually going to be some fans there is the stupidity that WWE is going to do, where you're going to have fans for the first time in a year, and you're not going to get that fucking Edge pop when he wins the title because you're going to make Roman fucking go over.
Yeah.
Kind of bullshit. I have not been a fan. I've been saying it for months. I've not been a fan of Roman at all. And you know what? And everyone comes at me for saying it. He's doing some great character work. I don't give a fuck, because I see what they're doing and I don't fucking like it. They pushed him down my goddamn throat to try to make him a babyface. They're pushing him down my goddamn throat to try to make him be a bad fucking heel. I don't care. I just don't like him. Get him the fuck off my goddamn TV, and I will change the channel every time he's on. If that makes me a hater, so fucking be it. I can't stand him.
Dick, I don't understand. Like, they're constantly booking themselves into corners. That's the problem with the
Fiend Seth all over again, man.
Well, it's a constant booking into a corner, because it's like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to continue this feud with Randy and the Fiend, but Randy versus Edge would have been a more logical Mania match. Like, you could have, like,
you know what? I'm tired of it too. I'll go to the other Rumble winner. Bianca is going against Sasha. She made.
Nick, I'm gonna cut you off because I don't know if you saw what WWE just tweeted out. Like, I don't know, an hour ago.
No, what?
I only saw it because of the notification I got on Facebook. Yeah, an hour ago. Guess what? The women's tag team titles are on the line at Fastlane. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to be facing Sasha and Bianca Belair. Again. Dick. Again.
First off, why is Fastlane a thing? Why are they having another fucking pay-per-view? Rematch City, bitch. Rematch City, bitch. I can't deal with this shit. I'm done.
I'm telling you. Why the hell are they facing them again?
Because obviously they earned that, bro.
By what? Taking a loss?
Man, you know what?
I can tell you what's going to happen. They're going to lose the fucking match, right? Sasha's going to get pissed, and she's going to attack Bianca Belair, and then Bianca's going to win at WrestleMania and get this massive pop, and there we go, because Sasha Banks sucks, and she hasn't changed characters in 7 years, and I saw something today that said, is she the best 4 horsewomen of the group? No, it's still Charlotte, even if I hate her.
Yeah. And as much as I love Bayley, yeah, it's Charlotte. It's Charlotte, Becky, Bailey.
Don't even get me started talking about Charlotte now, because she walks out on Monday Night Raw and says, I want Asuka, but she's injured right now, so I can't do that. I'm like, we know you're facing her at Mania. We got it. Don't try to fucking lie to me and say she's not going to face Asuka, who has zero momentum going into the match anyways.
Yeah, she should have had her. Asuka should have been the one who beat. You know what? Yeah, I don't even want to talk. I don't want to fucking talk WWE anymore. I'm fucking getting angry.
I'm terrible with this, aren't I? I cannot. There's not much that literally makes me happy watching it, because like you just know that it leads you down a path of just anger. And there's only one thing that can save the Raw Women's title match, if they perhaps do it, but I don't think they're going to, because they'll ruin that too, is the fact that they've already announced that Rhea Ripley is a part of Raw. Okay, so when she debuts, what should happen is Charlotte should be demanding a title match, and Rhea should come out and go, nah, bitch, it's mine. And we should have a triple threat match, because that's what should happen.
Yeah, except that Charlotte fucking ruined her momentum last year by beating her for the NXT title at Mania.
Right. Don't please try. I don't understand that one either. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what would come full circle. But I know what's probably going to happen is Rhea's going to debut, and she's probably going to be put with like a Peyton Royce or something, and they're going to go after the women's tag titles, and then she's going to get mad at Peyton Royce, and they're going to split up. And
I haven't heard this storyline in a women's division in a while.
Random tag team pairings? Are we talking about
random Peyton Royce tag team pairings?
Yeah. Are we talking about Lana and Naomi? I don't know. I mean, Jesus Christ! Like
Dana and somebody and
Dana and Andy and oh my God, you have like.
All right, I tell you what.
I need to breathe.
I was gonna say let me lighten the mood. Let's fucking talk about this goddamn pay-per-view that's about to go down Sunday, bro.
Yes, please. Thank God.
Man, AEW Revolution Sunday on the 7th, which is
Sunday.
I'm so excited. I legit took the day off of work because I need to see this pay-per-view in its entirety. I need to avoid spoilers, and I need to see this goddamn exploding barbed wire death match live.
Dude, that's just the icing on the cake. Like, we break down this whole slate, man. Like, you have 9 matches, 1 buy-in match. So, what? I mean, I'll let you just knock this out the park with fans.
With fans that's sold out. We're gonna have some fans there. I'm excited.
1,300, a little over 25% capacity, Mr. Tony Khan said. So, it's going to be exciting. They've had fans at the Daily's place for a while, but this is huge. Like, this is going to be huge as a show, and I'm excited to see it. From top to bottom, there's a couple matches where you go, but then you literally go, I could still see it, though. It makes sense. Logic, for Christ's sake.
Actually, legit, I'm looking at this card, and there is nothing on here that is a match that shouldn't happen. I don't think there's filler.
No, there's really not. So I want to bring one thing up to you, which is actually the thing I'm kind of interested in, low-key, is the buy-in match. They keep hammering home that Rebel, if she is cleared to compete via doctors, if not, she could have a replacement. I'm telling you, there's got to be something. If they've hammered that home during the episode and a couple times on social media, and I'm going, okay, are we getting a replacement? Because I don't know who, but this seems to be the show of surprises, because we're supposed to have 2 of them.
There's going to be some surprises, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm excited for the match either way. Yeah. I mean, Rio and fucking Thunder Rosa. Give me all the Thunder Rosa. Every single bit of it. Give me all of it. Rio being back is already a shot in the arm that division needed with her matches that have been on TV. And Britt Baker's been, I think, the best heel. The best heel in fucking in their division. Sheeta's been the babyface and Britt's been the heel. So Uh-oh. Well, what you got? What are you thinking?
No, I'll get to Shida when we get to that match. I'll tell you something.
Uh-oh. All right, so like with this one, you're thinking there might be a surprise then. You're thinking Rebel ain't going in there.
If I'm all in on the Doctor, and if she has a surprise partner. If she has a surprise partner, they're winning the match. If not, obviously Rio and Thunder should.
Give it to the baby.
Yeah, but I hate the whole buy-in pre-show stuff is always the babyface win most of the time, but it's just dependent, man. I think that, and the reason I say that I think there's a surprise is because it's a buy-in. So they're going to have it on YouTube, and they're going to want you to they're going to want you to get the show. So I think if they come out with a banger and introduce somebody new or somebody coming back or something, that's more of a like, oh shit, maybe I should get this for their surprises. I don't know, but yeah, I know I'm double dipping on this one, but I'll still stand firm. I think we get a surprise, so it's the Doctor and whoever her new partner is.
I got you, and I'm probably gonna go with the way that I think every single buy-in goes. Feel good, Riho Thunder Rosa. Which I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad either way. I want to see this match. I usually pre-show matches I usually don't give a shit about. This one I will watch. So hey, already thumbs up for fucking Revolution so far.
Yep.
Other than that, we got our the Casino Tag Team Royale Battle Royal, where we've got tag teams of Bear Country. There's 2 Dark Order tag teams with Silver and Reynolds and Uno and Grayson.
Johnny
Hungy. We got Santana Ortiz, Butcher and the Blade, Private Party, and Top Flight. And I'm not the biggest fan of battle royals, but there's something about AEW that does battle royals that make them smart, make them fun, and then make them new. Like with the buy-in battle royals, you got them each coming in intervals. You got the Joker or the wild card that comes in at the end. And with the tag team battle royals, they're great because they both have to be eliminated. It isn't just one person over. No, they're great.
Last man standing, basically. It's legitimately, it's like a rumble. But like you said, you stopped at Top Flight. You've got the other teams are Death Triangle of Pac and Rey Fenix. Woohoo! You got Varsity Blondes, the Seidel brothers. You got SCU with Frankie and Daniels. And then you've got the Natural Nightmares, Chaos Project, Gun Club. And then it says TBA. So I still think there's an additional team probably in the works. I don't know what that would be.
It's a lot of fucking tag teams, bro.
It is a lot of tag teams. But you know what? You know where I'm going with this one. There's so many teams, so it's going to be really hard to pick this. But I would be so happy. I don't even care who the hell wins the tag title match, but just give me Death Triangle. I'm taking Death Triangle in this one because, I don't know, you look at all these and you're like, yeah, there's a lot of good teams. I'd be okay with, Pride and Powerful, your Santana and Ortiz going back at it again.
Still on the hunt for that Penta.
I'm telling you, you can order it. It's still on there.
But
it depends. Well, the best thing is actually, they did announce on AEW Unrestricted today, the match opening the actual show will be the tag title match. So, really? Yes. So this match will happen after. So I think that's going to be more of a. I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking Santana and Ortiz, which I don't.
No. I'm thinking if Bucks win, I know who that TBA is.
Oh, it's the Bucks, you think? Okay. I don't know, man. There's so many good teams. I'm still sticking with Death Triangle, man. Just so many good teams, but Santana and Ortiz deserve a run at some point because they are exceptionally good as a tag team.
Man. As the resident Puerto Rican here, give me all the Santana and Ortiz. No, I just had to get that up. Sorry.
The best. I fucking love them. I really do. I see, but man, I know I say this a lot. I grew up on tag team wrestling, so like seeing real tag teams. You've got guys like, the Lucha Bros and PNP and Private Party and all these groups. I'm so excited that Top Flight is there too. You're talking about a 21 and a 20-year-old kid that, like, dude, they've got so much time in front of them. Like, I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do in the next 6 years. Like, it's crazy because I just love tag team wrestling. I like seeing the teamwork aspect of it and seeing the different things. And, Santana and Ortiz brought it when they faced the Bucks last time.
Dude. Yeah.
And they were just hitting some moves, and I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, I digress on that. I'm still ticking with my Death Triangle in this one.
I'm with it. I mean, we know you're a Pac fan, and I'm a fucking Penta fan, and Phoenix has been one of the fucking best.
MVP of 2021.
Dude,
right?
Honestly, not even AEW, MVP period.
Yeah.
His match period, all of wrestling. He has been fucking amazing. So yeah, give me Pac, give me Phoenix. I love it. I love that trio together. I hated the fact that Pac fucking COVID. Pac had to leave. I'm happy he's back. Give them the push they fucking need. So yeah, I love it. Give me them. Give me all of them. So let's get this one out of the way because I don't even think we need to talk about it as much. Miro and Kip Sabian are finally going to go against Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor, and this fucking feud can finally, hopefully, come to an end. Something that started out pretty exciting to see Miro, the former Rusev, show up. Sucked because fucking Trent got injured, and they had to drag this out as long as they did. Just end this shit. And it's tough for me to call it because I almost feel like Miro needs the win, but at the same time, you need the baby faces to overcome. So this one's tough to me.
I still think it's Miro and Kip. That easy. I still think it's them.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like you always think the baby. Pro Wrestling 101. Babyface always gets their win. But you have to build up Miro as a fucking monster. And hopefully he wins, and I hope he beats the shit out of Kip Sabian and goes elsewhere and fucking just becomes a monster that he fucking deserves to be.
Yep.
And so you know what? That match is done. We're over with that one. So I'll pick Miro and Kip as well, though. So let's get this one out because there's the matches that I want to talk more about. We'll save those for the end. We got the women's title match. The women's eliminator tournament's over. Huge surprise in my mind of Ryo Mizunami, who wins it, a.k.a. the female Okada, as I've been calling her. I'm surprised she beat Nyla Rose, honestly.
I'm not.
Really? Well, if anything, I'm surprised it was her. Because
I just figured whoever won on, and this is just my personal opinion, I figured whoever was winning the Japan bracket, since they were going to have to come over to America, I figured you were going to get some work out of them. I figured whoever won it was going to go on to face Shida anyways, because you're bringing them to the U.S. Like,
you're not going to bring them for one match.
You're not bringing them for one match. It's not just the one and done. Phenomenal match.
Yes, it was. It was a hard-hitting ass match.
Yes, I was very surprised. I cannot wait for that matchup. It's kind of cool because they have these stories intertwined, and they talked about how Shida teamed with her in Japan in the past, and they faced Nyla, in the past, and it's like, I don't know, like, it's so cool. Like, I'm so interested to see where this match goes. If you want my opinion on who's winning this, I still think it's Shida.
Oh, I believe it as well. Sheeta's been fucking dope, bro. I mean, and she's gone against some opponents that have been different. I mean, she had the Abaddon feud, Nyla, Britt, Thunder Rosa.
Everything.
Sheeta's been dope, bro.
Yeah. So if you want to talk about dope, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. I'll shout him out. We call him Pissy. But he gave a great idea, and I'm all for it because Shida in that fucking suit looks like a fucking star.
Oh, she looked great. Yeah, that's Asuka by the pool in NXT in her suit shit right there, looking like a badass, looking like you unfuckwittable is what she looked like.
My buddy said, give me Shida in a suit running a fucking stable full of like just a Japanese mafia. I was like, huh, flip her heel. You could use some more heel women in this company.
Who you got? Britt, Jade, and Nyla?
I guess.
There you go. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what you got?
Yeah, it's really all you got. I mean, Thunder Rosa's just too loved to be a heel. I mean, I think she could pull it off down the road.
Thunder Rosa, to me, ultimate tweener, where she's loved, but she can be play but is a badass doing it that you root for. So that's like, it's that in between.
But could you just see like Shida leading a group, walking out in that suit, and then just beating the shit out of somebody with that kendo stick? Like, yeah, okay, sign me up all fucking day for that. Like, I was like, my buddy texted me that, and I went, oh, that's such a great idea.
Ooh, the Shida heel turn.
He texted me back. He's like, yeah, sorry, I got a lot of time in my hand to fantasy book stuff. I was like, I could tell, but I fucking love it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it a lot. Especially, yeah, she looked like a star. She's been a star. She's been a star. You're right. She's run that women's division, and there's one thing I will say: if the AEW women's division hasn't been the best since it started, but they've had great fucking champions. Rio with the work rate.
They've also built good stars from that,
Yes. Oh, without a doubt. Nyla, I don't mind Nyla working. I don't mind her matches at all. She is a bully that I like. And I want to see her lose. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those type of bullies. Like, freaking Rio, great baby face, bubblegummy as hell, but puts on great fucking matches. She's about the size of this fucking pen, but that's why you cheer for her. Yep. And Shida just is dope as shit and a badass, which I like your idea, your buddy's idea, turn her heel and fucking unleash her. And then she's got a whole new fucking, level of opponents to go against.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this will be a good match, though, man. But I'm still, like I said, I'm sticking with Shida, and I think it sounds like you are as well.
Yeah, Shida for sure. I don't see somebody from outside the company coming in here and winning this title. If Thunder Rosa didn't do it, I don't see anyone else doing it.
Yep.
Let's get this one out of the way. Let's do Hangman Page versus Matt Hardy in a big money match. I guess the winner gets their opponent's earnings. Is it for the first quarter?
Yes, for the first quarter of 2021, along with whatever merchandise deals. I thought, all right, so like I'm not super excited about the match itself, but the storytelling in this match is so fucking phenomenal. Like, did you? I love when Hangman hit the buckshot on Wednesday night, and Matt was about to slide in the ring and go and break up the pin, and then he gets on the mic after the match and he goes, "You idiot! I tricked you into this. It's another win for you to build up your bankroll and for me to take." And I go, "So fucking smart."
You're yelling out 6-0, 6-0 in 2020.
Oh my god, it's so brilliant. Like, it was it's smart. I'm gonna say it again because he is obviously the Booker of the Year, but just smart booking, like logical. It makes sense. So, like, I mean, come on, you can't tell me Matt's not winning this. Come on.
No. I don't see it. Hangman has been basically AEW's guy from the beginning. I mean, they gave him the inaugural title shot, against Jericho. So I just want it to be, like you said, I'm not excited about the match per se. The build-up was great. Freaking Hangman swindling him with the contract at the bar was great.
Oh my god, that was brilliant.
This might be, if anything, more of like the joke comedy match of the night. But I don't think the work's gonna be joke comedy match. But the storyline has been, and it's been enjoyable. It's just one of those like, it's gonna happen. This match is gonna happen, and it's gonna be Hangman. Feel good.
Did you see? Yeah, feel good. True. I mean, I'm still going Hangman, but I could see them going Hardy and this sending Hangman back into that deep dark depression again, maybe. But
I
don't know. I just don't know, really.
I think it's going to be the feel good, and I think it's going to be Matt Hardy trying to fucking cheat.
To win,
and who's going to come to even the odds? Dark Order. So we'll give it a Hangman.
Did you see the special after Dark?
The
Road 2?
No, I did not. The Road 2.
So they interviewed Hangman, and it was so phenomenal. He said, I'm pulling up the quote right now. He said, he's shown the world who he truly is, and that's a money-grabbing, carny, son of a bitch, piece of shit asshole. You got to listen to it, because it was the funniest thing. I didn't know where he was going, but Hangman's like, yeah. They asked him, they're like, so what do you think of Matt Hardy? And that's exactly what he said. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, it's phenomenal. Like I said, like, after this, Hangman needs to go into some real feuds with some other top talent, but the storytelling in this match is just out of this. It's just great. I can't be mad. Not one bit.
Oh, no, I agree with you. All right, let's get to the big matches now. In my mind, there's 4 big ones. We've got our ladder match. We've got the face of the Revolution ladder match, where we've got Cody, Scorpio Sky, Penta, Lance Archer, Max Caster, whatever.
Mute.
And to be determined.
Right.
A 6th competitor that we do not know who they are.
Let's break this down here, Dick. All right.
Go.
I keep repeating it. They said on Unrestricted today that the 6th competitor will not be who Big Show announced. So it's obviously somebody else. All right. So we got that. They also announced that whoever wins this match gets an immediate title shot Wednesday night. The TNT title match will be Wednesday night. He also said if Darby is unable to compete in that match, he will have to relinquish the title.
This is a lot of shit for them to say.
Yeah. But yet again, I just sit there and I go, I fucking love it. I love every second of it.
It makes you think, bro. It's like, it makes you think, unlike Roman versus Edge, which I do not. You know what? Because I don't think it's going to happen. Watch Edge win in a squash, and then I'll be like, let's delete this episode from fucking existence. Sorry, Edge.
You know, I like this match. Man, I really have no clue. I'm going to put it on mute when Max Caster walks out and tries to rap or something. I saw so many comments that were like, dude, his rap from Wednesday night was so good. And I was like, I listened back to it again and I go,
man, I was ready to I wanted to goddamn delete my Twitter account not too long ago when I was saying that I just cannot fucking stand him or the Acclaimed. And I got so much shit of, oh, look, Dick, the heels making Dick upset and want to change the channel. Ho, ho, ho. What a mark. Not getting where I go, no, fuck you. When somebody's changed the channel, there's a difference between heel heat and me wanting to goddamn change the channel heat. That's what he is. Fuck you. I do not like you. I do not like listening to you. You are trash in my fucking mind. But who am I? I'm just a lowly guy wearing a goddamn Danhausen Cathausen shirt. Sorry.
Yes. You know, I mean, don't forget, he also was wearing women's getup, and he was Bobby Lashley's sister like a year ago. So whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So
it's what it is.
You know, in my personal opinion, the only reason he really got tossed into this match is because his tag partner is injured right now. Great storytelling in that match too, because I was all about putting 10 into this match. I was all in on Preston Vance being part of the ladder match. I was like, cool, good singles push for him, give him a little bit of a shine, and then yet again, storytelling out the ass with, you know, Matt paying Jack Evans to come out and smack him with the boombox or whatever, and paid him as he walked out. I mean, Matt said a week ago that he was going to ruin the Dark Order. Every person he was going to ruin it for him. And there it is. Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's not that it's heel heat wanting me to turn the TV off. I listen back to the rap and I go, it's just bad. It's just not good. Like, he referenced Lady Gaga's dog walker this week. And I'm like, what?
It's like, if you have to, when you fucking freestyle or rap, and you have to after every goddamn line, that sounds like you fill. Yeah, that's filler, and that's you trying to come up with some shit. Nah, motherfucker, you're done.
You're 10, but you take that mask off, you're a 5. Okay, well, guess what? That 5 potentially
Bars.
is that 5 that you just called is potentially, real good friends with Anna Jay. So I don't know if you really want to consider that a 5, my friend, because he's
a good point.
Probably, having.
Get well soon, Anna Jay. Get well soon.
I know, so upsetting. It's so upsetting, but
it's very upsetting.
As for who wins this, dude, I'm going with whoever the to be announced is, because I don't know who it is, but I'm expecting something big.
Is it going to be something as big as like when Seidel debuted in the Casino Royale fucking battle?
I mean, I don't know. I'm cool with anyone winning this if it's not Max Caster.
You know what? Yes, I'm agreed with that. And
if it's Cody, cool. Him and Darby can go at it again. If it's Scorpio, he deserves it. Cool. Penta, hell yeah.
Fucking Archer destroying and killing Darby Allin. Okay.
I'm fine with it because he deserves it as well. Like this is all stuff where I go, okay, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the one that I'm least, well, all right, Max Caster out of the fucking way. The one that I'm like least maybe excited to win would be Scorpio Sky, but that's mainly because, I mean, we haven't seen him as much. I don't know. Was he injured? Was that what it was? Is that the reason why he wasn't on TV as much? So, I mean, Scorpio's awesome. He had that great match with Jericho at the early start of Dynamite.
He was playing a heel on commentary this week during that match, basically. He said a 50% me is better than any of these two at 100% in that ladder match. I was like, okay, Scorpio. Yeah. All right. I don't know, man. Like I said, all of it makes sense. So I really don't know. I'm just going to hang my hat on the realm of Mr. To Be Announced because I'm going to flip it, though, if it like ends up being RVD because I could care less if it's RVD. But I don't know.
But it could be. See, you got to think too. It could be somebody they sign that just isn't on the level of the big surprise that they're talking about. I mean,
yeah, we don't know. I mean, that's why I'm going with it because I feel like a lot of times what they do, the one thing they are predictable on is a lot of times whoever's like the surprise has been winning. Like Brian Cage, Lance Archer. The only one that was a surprise that didn't win was obviously Seidel, but that's because he's Seidel. Nothing wrong with him. He's just Seidel. But yeah, I think this is another big one where it's going to surprise a lot of people, and I could see whoever it is winning it.
Yeah. I'm with you, and you know what? So you got to be determined. I'm just going to I'm looking at it as who do I think is going to go against Darby, and I'll pick Archer.
Okay.
See the Murder Hawk go against friggin' Darby and destroy him. But Archer's been working babyface, so.
But they're not afraid to go babyface versus babyface.
That's true.
In this company,
it's kind of hard to be a Murder Hawk babyface, though. He's just a fucking killer. So.
Yeah, he's just a badass. That's
Lance Archer. That's the one regret. I mean, my podcast is in my basement over here, and I'm in front of all my 8x10s that I get signed at indie shows around the Chicago area, and that is like my one regret. There was one show, it was the one where I went to see Will Ospreay, and like my main thing was I got to meet Ospreay, but Archer was there, and Archer had the fucking IWGP US title with him. Oh, my dumbass! I should get a picture and an autograph of Archer, but I didn't, and I'm regret it to this fucking day. But anyway.
Yeah, he's been a star this year, too. I mean, he's just taking it to another level.
Oh, hell yeah. And never forget the Brody Harper outfit he wore, man.
Never. I love that. Was probably, I don't know, that one set me over an edge that night, too, because I was like, wow. Touching tribute. And, yeah, since that happened, he's kind of taken that role over as like just taking it to another level. Even though he's always been pretty talented, he just needed a little bit of that push. But yeah, We'll see who that surprise is. I'm gonna still stick on that one. I really don't know who it's gonna be.
I don't know either. Unless
That's
we
what
get.
I love, though. I love it because like they keep so many things in the dark. They really do. Like you just don't know, and it's funny because like, did you ever hear the story of when Sting arrived there?
No.
Yeah. So when Sting was set to debut, only a few people knew. It was like Cody, obviously, and Tony Khan. I guess they said Tony Schiavone showed up that morning, and Cody came up to Schiavone and said, "Hey, your old buddy's here." And Schiavone's like, "What?" They took him to the trailer, and he had no clue. He did not know he walked into there, and he's like, "Oh my God." Tony said the only thing he regrets is he wishes he could have been backstage when Sting was making the walk through backstage past everybody, because he would have loved to see everybody's face. Yeah. I was like, see, but they surprise you. Like, and I wake up 2 weeks ago on, what was it, like a Tuesday morning, and you see Paul White has signed with AEW. Like, wait.
Dude, I thought it was a Photoshop. I'm like, who the fuck, what fake account?
Like, who's sending this around? And so I went to their account, and I was like, oh, it's real. Okay. Fair enough.
Hashtag no more BS, bro.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll move on to the next one, buddy.
So there's 3 left, which I think are the biggest ones. Unless am I missing anything? No. On your list over there, there's 3.
Nope, there's 3.
All right, so we'll go to the opener that apparently you said is going to that they announced.
Yes.
We got the tag titles match between the Young Bucks against Chris Jericho and MJF, which is a feud that got personal by Jericho and MJF just destroying Papa Buck, one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, according to my homie Navaditas. Oh, jeez.
You know what, though? I love where they went with the feud. I can't be mad. You know, you made it personable. You made it, something that the Bucks are fighting for other than just their titles.
Dude, that Bucks promo on Dynamite. Matt's good.
The only thing I didn't like was jerking the curtain at the Performance Center. I thought it was unnecessary.
It was, but I popped. And you know what? AEW does get some shit, which is, it's one of those, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, where, and WWE pulls that bullshit. We're like, we don't need, other companies don't exist. We don't need to acknowledge. They try to pull that holier than thou bullshit, yet they go and fucking make NXT be on the exact same night as fucking Dynamite. Whatever. But you're going to have the people that are going to complain about them taking shots at WWE as Bush League. They don't.
Yeah. No. You're always going to have some negative side to everything. And like I said, I don't think the comment was necessary. But yeah, when they said it, I was like, "Oh shit!" Even though like Jericho would probably be in New Japan right now, just
that's 100%. That's where he would be. Let's be honest. But
yeah,
I loved it.
It was funny. It was a good thing. It pissed them off. It started the huge brawl basically, and I think yet again, his storytelling was great because the Bucks thought it was just MJF and Jericho trying to get under their skin, but then Jericho's like, nah, that was Santana and Ortiz that wanted to go after your dad. They're the ones that did it because of what he did during the match. And I was like, oh my God, it's all connected. Makes fucking sense, WWE. Like, oh, but yeah, no, I thought it was cool. The whole beating them up and throwing them against the truck with their faces on it and getting blood on it was great. I'm interested in this match. Storyline wise, I still think the Bucks take it. I don't, it's like they said in their promo, man, that it's 2 great singles wrestlers teaming up against a team that's been a team forever. So let's make sure we don't go the WWE route in this match, please, and give it to a team that's just, thankfully they're not just thrown together like WWE does, but let's give it and keep it in the realm of real tag teams. And then just after this one, let's move on to, a good feud with another real tag team of some sort.
And this is going to be the Bucks' second Revolution in a row where they had, what was it last year? Was it the Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny?
Best tag team match. Yep. Best tag team match ever.
The tag team match that toyed with my emotions the entire fucking time of...
Try being there live.
Bro, well, oh, God. I remember watching that. So, yeah, that was the last...
The last live event.
Last live event.
Like, live pay-per-view, I should say.
Yeah.
They had, like,
they had a Dynamite literally the night that they said they were shutting everything down. I remember that. But, yeah, it was the last event that I was able to have in my house with my friends together. And I remember at the time, he wasn't a POS, and I was a huge Marty guy. And the entire time, Hangman is doing Marty spots. So I'm just like, oh my God, he's just teasing the entire night, doing the chicken wing, doing the super kick, just kidding. And I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna happen. And then pandemic and craziness happened, but I digress. Yeah, this is gonna be a good fucking match where in terms of like, I'm hoping the Bucks get their revenge for having their dad getting beat the hell up. And will this be the start of the further implosion of the Inner Circle with MJF, trying to take it over? It's what I think he's trying to do. They're already saying it was Santana and Ortiz, kind of like planting that seed. I don't know, man. And if you say what you were mentioning earlier, you think that it might be Santana and Ortiz possibly even winning that battle royal to go against either the Bucks or MJF and Jericho.
If MJF and Jericho win this one, I could see Santana and Ortiz winning the Battle Royale just to have it come full circle. But I don't know. I still think that if we're doing wrestling right, the Bucks still need to hold the titles.
Yeah.
Which, if there is still a team to be announced, what if the Bucks win and, like you said, the Good Brothers show up and are in
That's what I think.
That's
what I'm going to go on. That's why I'm going to go with Bucks winning this one, and I think that to be determined Battle Royale is going to be the Good Brothers. They're going to come in and they're going to take it. I honestly thought, I thought the Good Brothers were going to win the Battle Royal to face the Bucks. Because
the Bucks were going to win and choose them.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because they weren't. That's what I thought was going to happen, and which I mean, the AEW TNT stuff hasn't been going on as much anymore, but they're still doing those paid advertisements, paid advertisements.
The Forbidden Door, Tony Khan.
That guy.
I love him, dude. I say it all the time. I know people knock some people, but that's a dude that's literally living out what we did as kids. Where, like, I play wrestling games and be like writing out stories, and Tony Khan gets to do that on the real now, bro. Like,
and he's doing it he can do it with two companies. He's me playing with my fucking Hasbros and Galoobs. He's got my WWF Hasbros and bringing my WCW Galoobs. He's my fucking Fed of WWF Bone Crunchers, but bringing in my WCW fucking Toy Biz figures.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Exactly it's phenomenal, and like it's so fun to see. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. We could still get that feud at some point. I think they just kind of held off on it, just to see how things were going. You never know. I'm interested though. There's, like I said, a lot of this is dependent on matches that happened before. I just don't know. But could you imagine even if the Bucks win and they don't do any of that and it's like Pac and Phoenix, could you imagine that tag team match?
Ooh. Oh, I mean,
God.
Obviously, I would want to see the Lucha Bros.
Yes, I agree.
But give me fucking Pac against... Whew, Pac destroying the Bucks? Yes. Oh, man.
I mean, honestly, they wouldn't win the titles, but I would like to see, the Lucha Bros win them themselves. But I have something else in my mind that when it comes, that trio deserves something bigger than the tag titles when time comes.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's go to it. These two, which in maybe other people's minds, these are the two matches of the nights. Because, I mean, I think all these matches, with the exception of, maybe the Miro, Kip nonsense, but these are the two matches that people probably, if they read the card, they'll say, oh shit, really? That's happening? And that's where finally going to get the fucking in-ring debut. Well, in ring to an extent because it's going to be a street fight. We're going to get Sting and Darby Allin going against Team Taz, Cage, and fucking Ricky Starks in a street fight. I don't know what to think. I originally thought, of course it's going to be a street fight because Sting's not going to take bumps. We've been fucking seeing Sting take bumps, man. What the fuck is going on? What is this?
The altercation Wednesday night was awesome when Darby when he held Cage backwards and Sting came in for the Stinger splash. In old school logic of when you watch WWE, you saw that happen and you go, oh, they're fucking losing. They're gonna definitely fucking lose on Sunday.
Was it the reverse logic? The reverse some shit.
But I don't know. I don't think you have. I think this feud comes to an end either way you do it.
Yeah.
But and it needs to because as much as I love where they've gone and there's such good storytelling in it, but it needs to end because it's been going on for so long. It would just be fun to see Sting win one, and really kind of get to do what he wants to. But I think we get a solid match out of this one. I don't think it'll be long.
No.
But, yeah, you're going to get some tomfoolery with some, weapons and stuff. And let it be these four. Don't get Will Hobbs involved. Just let it be these four. Let it end that way. Let the good guys walk out on top on this one. And let Darby move on and let the other two move on. Even though they're not, these two are not too far in the rankings from going back after Darby's title. But I think if you do it right, I think the best thing to do is if you're going to let those two go after the TNT title at some point, like Ricky deserves to go after it, let somebody else have the title, basically. So I think, I don't know. I think the feud's been great, but I think this needs to be obviously in normal wrestling terms, this should be the end because it's a big, huge, blow off.
It's the blow off. Yeah. And the feud has been great. The feud just dragged on a little. We've got a lot of the same every single week, which Huck and I even talked about in one of the past episodes. We're like, is the Sting shit getting tiring already? Because
and then they dropped it on its head by having all this, other stuff.
They listen to us. Thanks, Tony Khan. You listened. No.
Yes.
You got Sting coming out every week saying nothing and leaving. Or every time he would come out to the ring, you'd hear the video in the background of Taz yelling. The same shit over and over. Until we saw Sting take that fucking bump. And it just, like you said, it turned his
jaw hit the floor. You're like, oh.
Floor. What the fuck? Because I literally thought, of course it's a street fight. Walk and brawl. We're going to get, him hitting people with the bat, the walk and the punch. That's it. Fucking guy got powerbombed by Brian goddamn Cage. Yep. So it just made me completely go, what the fuck's going to happen? So I'm excited for it. I was a Stinger fan. I think how they treated him in WWE was dirty. He should have won his first match ever at Mania, but they
don't ask Buzz about that one.
Oh shit! Uh-oh.
I think he might have had he may have had a fit that day. I won't say anything.
It was a little Stinger too, though, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, exactly. I mean, he should. God damn it!
The second he signed, Vince was like, "Ha ha ha! I can fuck the last WCW guy. Ha ha! Ah, fucking bury him. Ha ha ha! This is good shit."
Fuck it. Let's go to it. All right. You had Sting debut at fucking Survivor Series, save Team WWE against Team Authority, and waste it. And turn it into fucking WCW versus goddamn WWE, fucking Monday Night War redo. What the fuck? And then you have the fucking NWO helping Sting, and not even NWO, goddamn Wolfpack. It's like, what the fuck is this? Oh, okay, I'm done. Oh, God.
I broke Dick. I broke him. Oh, shit.
Holy fuck.
Yep, sorry about that one. I got you heated for a second.
Holy shit. Bro, I need a cigarette. That shit felt good. You just, yep. Fuck.
Yep. You probably needed one after that one because you probably felt really dirty.
Bro, I felt really dirty. I felt dirty. I felt, woo, nope, I'm done. I ain't going. This is a PG show after I just dropped a bunch of F-bombs. Woo! All right. So I think to go back on track, I think AEW rectifies that situation and gives Sting the fucking win. First ever match in the company.
Darby's gonna die, but I love it.
Darby is gonna die. Darby should be dead. I don't know how many times in this goddamn company.
I want to know real quick.
A goddamn body bag.
How did you pull that off? Was there they must have had that padded because that car went real fucking fast when they pulled off. I went, Darby, you dead yet, bro?
I'm thinking the power bomb over the top rope that Cage did to him in the body bag.
Oh, yeah.
How did he not die there? The fucking Ricky Starks hitting him from behind and he gets whiplash on the rope. How is Darby alive? Is Darby a cat? Does he have 9 lives? I don't know because it's brutal.
That's the stuff he's so reckless, but that's the stuff I love sometimes with them. Like I always tell you guys, he's very technically savvy. You have to give him that, but some of the stuff he does is you sit there and you go, this guy's just being reckless. No, he's done that his whole life. Go look at his past, man. He's done stupid shit. He tells the story of riding down a hill on a skateboard, snapping his leg in half. Nobody's around, and he had to roll himself on his skateboard 3 miles to a hospital. What? Yeah. The dude's insane in the head.
How does Buzz not like him and see the Jeff Hardy comparisons? Buzz,
shut up. Shut the fuck up. I hate those comparisons as well.
I know you do.
Yeah, I'm on board with the baby faces winning this to end the feud.
It's got to end. I'm tired of it. Please do not drag this out. It's all I got to say.
That's what I'm saying. This needs to end because it really should have ended, I personally feel, when he beat Cage with the exact reason that Taz said he couldn't beat Cody or whatever.
Yes.
And he beats Cage with the roll up and puts the right weight in. And you're like, storytelling greatness. That's what that was.
Oh, but you and your AEW storytelling, man.
They just pull it out of the ass sometimes. They really do. I don't know how, you see it in their video packages and you're like, oh, that makes sense now. But you don't know if you intentionally did it at first. Man. But yeah.
All right.
now, Dick, I'm going to tell you what. Let's get to this fucking main event because I don't even know what the hell to expect.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to think. I'm scared. I'm scared, bro.
I just said Darby's about to die. Somebody's gonna die in this one.
It is in the match title, a fucking exploding barbed wire death match. I mean, they showed clips. If you've never seen anything like this, they showed clips to you that basically the clips that they were able to show you. If not, you can YouTube some of this shit. Someone gonna die. And I am here for it. I am all
I already put it out there. I'll tell you what, I said it to you guys. Kenny's bleeding first in this match because Moxley's gonna lose his shit. I don't even do it. This is gonna be. It's not a wrestling match. This is literally going to be a fight.
Yeah, and it was Kenny's idea. You know what I mean? That's the great thing about this. And Kenny has been psycho. You saw him, what was it, last week, out there hammering this shit. What the fuck are you doing, Kenny? Building this death match. Wearing the butcher's apron for some reason.
Dude, the funniest part about that video when he was putting it all together and he's talking about it is I'm watching the guys in the back in full gear and stuff like that with all their stuff, and Kenny's out here in a butcher's apron just hammering away with no mask on. I'm like, what are you doing, Kenny?
He's got his awesome ass shades, bro. You don't need a mask. Come on.
Oh my god. I don't know. I can't wait. I already put it out there. I 100% think Kenny's still winning this one.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with Mox going away or
no, because you did the math. You did the math. He shouldn't be going away right now unless he's going to go away for months on end.
Months. She's 3 months out. Renee is 3 months out from giving birth. He'd have to be away for 4+ months if that was the case, at least. And I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't think, because it just doesn't make sense to take one of your number one guys off of TV for 4 months.
No,
I just don't. I don't think that's plausible, and I don't think in this company you need to write people off because of stuff like that. Because the world is so in tune with social media where you're not going to. Same thing with Cody. Like Cody, I don't even think he's going to be gone when that happens with Brandy. I think Cody will be like, "Oh yeah, the baby's here, and I'm back next week." The baby's here too.
Yeah, right.
The baby debuts a week later. Like,
yeah.
Brandy's back in the ring, his dick off again.
Yeah, fuck. The baby's gonna show up in a Nightmare Family shirt the very next week. You know, it's gonna have a onesie, a Nightmare Family onesie.
Yep.
No, this match. I mean, these guys have had since Mox debuted. These guys have been going at it. It's
storytelling. I'm telling you.
To an extent, it is almost like AEW's version of Kenny versus Okada, but just in the opposite direction, where where Omega Okada in New Japan was amazing wrestling match after amazing wrestling match after amazing wrestling match that just kept going further and further in terms of minutes. This is fucking getting more extreme in terms of fucking violence.
But here's the thing, though, Dick. And this is where people need to understand the reasoning for this is Kenny is probably one of the top 3 actual wrestlers in the wrestling industry. I know Moxley was the number 1 ranked wrestler in the world or whatever, but Moxley's not the greatest in the ring.
No, okay? No, he's not.
He was known in his past lifetimes for being this extreme, grimy, blood and guts type wrestler. You're taking it. Yes, CZW alum. That's where this leads you to. So, like, Kenny's showing he can do everything.
Yeah.
And you're letting this be something for Moxley. Like, yes, he's an extraordinary talent, but I just don't think a pure wrestling match would have been the best thing for this feud.
No, and you know what? I agree. And I'm saying I was trying to do the comparison in terms of like this is their. You wanted to see the next match between Kenny and Okada. You just kept seeing it, like just kept getting better and better and better. That's almost with this. I mean, Moxley debuted and took out Jericho and Kenny. Fucking Moxley DDT'd Kenny through a glass table. They got suplexed through barbed wire. They're just killing each other, and it is time to almost literally kill each other.
And this is why I say, and I'm gonna, people can call me what you want. You can call me an AEW Mark or Stan, whatever. But
I will. No, I'm just.
That's fine. I could care less.
You know what? I'm sorry. Like I said, Huck got written out, but you know what? This is like the ultimate AEW love fest today. Sorry.
Once Mania season comes, it'll flip. We'll be fine. But you brought up a good point. When Moxley debuted, he took out Kenny. And Kenny was supposed to be the face. Like they did this during the countdown to Revolution. They talked about how this is why I'm saying their storytelling. I feel like it was unintentional, but it was intentional at the same time because it was like Moxley takes out Kenny. Everybody thought Kenny would be the number 1 guy for the company, and then Kenny goes into a tag match and wins the tag titles. And Moxley runs the division. Moxley's the face of the company.
I didn't see it. And I thought it was going to be Kenny right at the gate. I thought it should have been. And you know what? In the end.
Now he is. And now he's this walking around cocaine dealing looking guy that you want to watch every week because he's got these spiked boots on that he's going to stab somebody in the eyeball with.
Bro, I want his new shirt so bad.
Oh, yeah. And you look at it and you go, wow, like their storytelling goes back to Moxley's debut where he took him out and now Moxley runs he's the top of the company, and that pissed off Kenny enough to take him out, basically. Like, it's revenge, and now I don't know what we're going to get. They're both going to bleed, guaranteed. I think Kenny's number one, and, then they're going to kill each other. I mean, I don't know. They talked about it on Unrestricted today where they've already showed it. I think the ropes are going to be wrapped in barbed wire, and there will be some explosive, objects outside the ring. So cannot wait. I'm sure there will be some very, very upset fans watching it, though, that are going to think this is way too far. But I'm going to love every second of it.
I'm going to love every second. And, it's so funny. Like, I go back and there are some matches I go back to the Attitude Era and I watch, and then I squirm because of the violence, because of how I don't know how to say that. Maybe it's gotten so watered down now. You know what I mean? The PG era, the no headshots, the chairs to the back, chair to the gut, then to the back. But like when you go back and watch, you watch the Rock and Mankind at fucking Rumble, and that's one of the most cringeworthy fucking matches ever. I remember being a kid watching that shit, cracking the fuck up because I'm like, oh my god, this guy's getting killed. You watch that shit now, and it's hard to watch. I think the greatest chair shot in the world was fucking Ken Shamrock on his knees telling The Rock to bring it, and Rock just fucking baseball swings the fuck out of him. That shit's hard to fucking watch now. So, being able to see this shit with the barbed wire, explosions, there's going to be chairs. Mox is probably going to bring out a goddamn staple gun. This shit's going to be hard to watch, but you know what? I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. Give me all the blood and guts, baby.
And that's what I'm saying, though, is like you look at it, and you can even look to around a year ago when Spears came out and literally wrapped a chair around Cody's head, and how, if that upset people so much, wait for this. Because I'm gonna guarantee this is gonna send some people off and go, oh, this is too much. But I don't have an issue with it. Like, this is what fits the feud, and this is what's gonna end it. That's what it is. That's why I say Kenny takes it, because this ends it. And at some point or another, Moxley has said that he'd be cool with being in a tag team, for a little while. Just something else to do, and that's why I say, like, Moxley doesn't need the title right now.
No, I don't think he does. He had it for a while, and he was the fucking man. And you know what? Back to what you were saying about the basically storytelling. This is going to be violent, but this warrants it. This isn't violence for the sake of violence. This is They built this shit up. Like I said, Mox debuts, beats his ass. We've got DDTs through glass. We've got suplexes into barbed wire. It's time. And
put an end to it.
Give it to me. Like I said, I want all the blood and guts. And in the end, though, I think Kenny's winning as well.
Yep. So we're on the same page with that one, with the Kenny win.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I am. And it's Kenny win. It's not time for, if you want to get away from the deathmatch shit, talk wrestling storytelling wise, it is not time for him to lose that belt. So
no,
he's on top.
He's on top of the world with his heel shit. So
I am, and I don't know who's gonna be next in line for him. I don't know where he goes. That's some discussion from another time right now, and maybe we'll be able to see it on the next Dynamite. But
I think I know who, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of who would be the next challenger.
Next challenger?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if we should get into this or do it later.
Yeah. We'll talk at another time. We'll save that one.
We'll save it. Who knows? Maybe might need you next week. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If we survive to next week, because hopefully
Sunday.
I did it. Yeah, hopefully I did a good job for you guys. That's all I got. I don't know if you got anything else, man.
No, I'm good. I'm ready for this show. I will be, I've already told the wife multiple times. She knows. I said my ass will be planted in front of a TV for approximately probably 5 hours, I would say.
I was saying 4. Yeah, probably 5.
Probably 5 with the buy-in. I did the math today. I was thinking, I was like, if you had about 20 minutes per match, the show should maybe only run 3 hours, maybe 4 tops. I would be fine with that. We've talked about that in the past. That's if I could close out this show and tell people that are listening, I'm not a pure AEW mark. They do have some glaring issues, and it's the amount of time that they run pay-per-views. I think the time length is what's rough. I think they need to bring that down a little bit.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I'm going to be, like I said, I took the night off. I work, to the people that don't know, I work grave shift. So I would have missed this, but I took it off. So I will be down here in my basement, on my couch over there, watching my TV over here. Basically, all we're going to be doing is fucking hitting that group chat up all night. And I'm ready for it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
yeah. Hopefully Huck's watching, because if he's not, we're going to ruin the whole show for him.
I don't know. Remember, the last time he bought an AEW pay-per-view, it wasn't the best, so we don't know how this is going to go. We might have to have a
separate one.
We have a 3-man booth with you and Buzz, man.
We'll go to the 3 and not the 4.
Sorry, man. Oh, no, that's that revival FTR Tully Blanchard shit. Oh, no, not anymore.
Not anymore. You got the slight 4 coming, my friend. We didn't talk about that. But...
Yeah, I mean, man. I was running the show. You think I'm going to talk about FTR? Nope.
But I will mention Sean Spears looking like future Butters.
On that note, man, Amp, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Hey, as always, you can head over to Twitter and follow me at PremierAmp, and I will be also posting my predictions full-fledged in the writing form with some, maybe some ideas of who these surprises can be with the big signing, the 6th, person in the ladder match, all that fun stuff. And I will break it all down into details in a, predictions article at ontapsportsnet.com.
You are an OnTap Sportsnet guy, man.
You know it.
You know it, bro. Well, yeah, thanks for listening. Dick the Knife, at Saves Tuesday on Twitter. Follow us at WPod Wrestling on Twitter. We're going to be on YouTube. I will put this up on YouTube. Also, if you can, I'm probably going to put a link on the video for a GoFundMe to try to help one of our buddies of the show. Just click on it, give it a look, try to help us out. Snark Burley, T Public. We're going to probably have a new shirt drop soon because I want to have one coming out that I showed Amp and Buzz that they are basically waiting. So I might have to release it soon because I want to try to make that money. Good shit. So yeah, thank you guys. I'm sorry if this wasn't the greatest. I tried my best. This is my first time running this solo. Thank you, Amp, for helping me out, though. There wouldn't have been anybody else that it would have went to, man.
I know,
Appreciate it.
Maybe I'll have to take Huck out again.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Whoops. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that from us. No.
I didn't think the play bow to the knee.
Oh, man. Did you hit him with the chair Sean Spears style? I don't know. Oof. Gotta watch it. Oof. I'm going to replay that and go watch that shit on YouTube because that was brutal. No. Revolution Sunday. I'll probably be active on Twitter all night. Give me a follow. I need more because I'm a attention whore. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next week on World Podcast Wrestling. Laters.